In this video, we're going to cover the ways Buzz helps you manage animal outcomes. Now, while it's possible that animals can be transferred to another rescue or even pass while in care, the most common and successful outcome is an adoption, so we'll start there. You can initiate an adoption right from the animal's profile by clicking Select Adopter here in the My Pack area. Now, this list will only contain pre-approved adopters. And just so you know, we do cover the entire approval process in another video, so if you're curious about how you can approve someone in Buzz, check out that video on our community page or in the self-guided tour area. Now we're going to choose Abe Lincoln, and you'll see that Buzz gives you the option to either send him an email or not, and in this instance, I'm going to send him an email. You can use pre-written email templates to save time and keep your messaging consistent in Buzz, so we're going to choose one for new adoption contracts. We're going to click Submit, and then the email with a link to that contract is now sent to Abe. We're going to cover the contract and payment in just a second, but first, it's important to note that there's a few important changes that have occurred here in the back end. First, you'll notice that Ginger's public tag has automatically changed to pending adoption. And this is true back here in the software, but it's also reflected on the front-end website as well, so that visitors will know that Ginger is about to be adopted and maybe not the best animal for them to choose when they apply. The My Pack area has also updated, indicating that Abe is in the process of signing a contract. Down in the timeline, we see it automatically updates as well, so everyone in the rescue is always on the same page. Finally, a new tab has appeared in our internal information section, and it's called the Outcome tab. Now, we're going to come back to the Outcome tab in a minute, but first, let's talk about what Abe sees. After opening the email and clicking the link, he'd end up at a contract page, one with both the dogs and his information on it, along with the contract itself. Abe would simply agree to each one of the terms and conditions here. He would sign at the bottom using a mouse or even using his finger if he was using a phone, and then he would be redirected to pay. Here on the payment page, you can see that Ginger's adoption fee is up at the top, and just below that, this rescue has chosen to add an optional donation widget here. Now, Buzz tries to provide you with as many ways to raise money as possible, and our clients tell us that just by adding this as an option, they receive an average additional donation of $35 per dog on top of the adoption fee. So if you're doing the math, an organization doing 1,000 dogs a year would bring in an extra $35,000. Not bad. Just below that, you'll see that an adopter has the option to pay by PayPal or credit card. Now, when you set up your account in Buzz, you can choose to either use PayPal or Stripe as your payment processor, and in this example, they've chosen PayPal, but it's up to you. It's worth noting that some rescue software options force you to use their own proprietary processor, and they take a portion of your adoption fees and your donations as part of their business model. Some also take per adoption fees, depending. Not with Buzz though, with us, you keep all the money you earn. We try to meet you where you are, adding as much flexibility as possible. That's why if you scroll down here, you can see that if you like, we can accept money in any way you want, including good old-fashioned cash and checks, along with other online options like Venmo, Zelle, and others. Once Abe is paid, we'll head to the backend software again, and this is where we'll revisit that Outcome tab we mentioned earlier. Now, you'll see that the contract has been sent to Abe and signed, it's been paid for, and to complete the process, you have two options to finalize. In the first way, you can just update the process internally, or on the other hand, you can email the adopter, sending them a copy of the contract and perhaps also sending medical records at the same time. As soon as you do that, the timeline updates again, showing you that Abe adopted Ginger, and at the top you'll see that Ginger's status changes from available to Happy Tails. This means Ginger's profile moves to the Happy Tails page, so you can show off this adoption outcome to your community along with all your other successful adoptions. Signing the contract and paying also means that Ginger's profile automatically comes off Pet Finder and Adopt a Pet as well, saving you time and effort. And while we always hope this is a rare occurrence, if for any reason the adoption doesn't work out, you can return the animal to your rescue or shelter with one click, in which case they'll go back up on the website as well as Pet Finder and Adopt a Pet, and again, that's all done automatically without you having to lift a finger. To show you what that looks like, once you click, you'll choose what status they should be returned to, and you'll have some options to update the adopter's profile or provide context why this animal was returned if you want, but it's as easy as that. Now, as we mentioned at the beginning of this video, an adoption is only one of a few outcome options you can see with the animals. Another would be if the animal left rescue for whatever reason. If they did, you would simply change the animal status up here to left rescue. On the other hand, unfortunately, sometimes animals do pass away in your care, and in those cases, we would change the status to over the bridge. In either of those cases, though, when you select the new status, it'll ask you a couple of questions, and once you answer, the Outcome tab is updated one more time. Ultimately, no matter how the animal leaves your rescue, for whatever reason, you'll always have a bird's eye view of all the animals in your system past and present by heading over to your dashboard. Along with your reports section, the dashboard is where you'll be able to see all of your data in granular detail, whether you're interested in outcomes or the animals currently in care. Thanks for watching. And by the way, if you have any questions at all, or if you felt like something was missing from the video for any reason, we always love it when people write to ask us a question. And of course, you can always book a demo or simply chat during a more casual Q&A, and you can connect with us anytime.